Registered Retirement Savings Plan, or RRSP, is a type of savings account that Canadians can use to save for retirement. From the sounds of it, it sounds quite boring, but RRSPs are saviors for Canadian retirement plans, and I'm going to show you how. Hey there, welcome back to my channel and another video. If this is your first time here and you want to invest in your financial literacy, build wealth, and learn about all basic money things that they don't teach you in school, start by subscribing below and clicking the bell notification so you don't miss out on anything. So what exactly is an RRSP and how does it work? What type of benefits can you receive and what pitfalls do you want to avoid? We will discuss this all, plus more, so be sure to stick around to the end of the video, and we will also give you some tips on how you can open up an RRSP. The RRSP stands for Registered Retirement Savings Plan. Simply put, it is a savings account that is registered with the Canadian government and helps Canadians save for retirement. Even though it says it's a savings account, it is much more. It is similar to the TFSA in the sense that these accounts can hold a variety of investments. If you haven't checked out my video about what a TFSA is, that will be linked here. Okay, so an RRSP is a savings account, but is better referred to as a tax-advantaged account. In 1957, the Canadian government introduced the RRSP specifically to provide tax advantages to those who invest money within their RRSP as incentives for Canadians to save money for their retirement. These incentives or tax advantage benefits include 1. Tax-deductible contributions, 2. Tax-sheltered earnings, and 3. Tax-deferred. Tax-deductible contributions means when you contribute to an RRSP, you will realize immediate tax benefits by deducting your RRSP contributions from your income each year. This means the total amount of your annual RRSP contributions can be deducted from your gross income when tax time comes around. This reduces the amount of income tax you pay that year. Tax-sheltered earnings means the income you earn from the investments within your RRSP are not taxed as long as they are in your account. You will, however, pay tax on both your investment earnings and your contributions when you withdraw from an RRSP, but this is where the last benefit comes into play: tax deferred. By the time you begin to withdraw your funds from your RRSP, which is meant for retirement, you will have deferred taxes for the future when you will probably be in a lower tax bracket than when you started contributing. Let's look at an example of how tax deferring works within an RRSP. Let's take two Canadians, for example, Michael and Timmy. Both are age 26 and they earn $90,000 a year in income. Let's say Michael contributes $10,000 to an RRSP and Timmy does not. When the Canadian Revenue Agency, the CRA, comes around for taxes, the CRA will tax Timmy his $90,000 as taxable income, but they will treat Michael as if he had $80,000 of taxable income because he contributed $10,000 into his RRSP. This means the marginal tax rate will be different for Timmy and Michael. Heads up, I'm not an accountant and the following tax rates may vary across provinces and territories, but the numbers provided should give you an understanding. Timmy's highest marginal tax rate would be roughly 38%, leaving him to pay around $23,100 in taxes, whereas Michael would have a smaller marginal tax rate at around 31.5%, leading to about $19,800 in taxes. Overall, Michael saves about $3,300 in tax because he contributed to an RRSP. Now be sure to speak with a professional for the exact numbers, but this should give you a strong understanding with ballpark numbers. It is important to remember tax deferred does not mean tax free. Eventually, Michael will have to pay taxes on his money when he withdraws funds from his RRSP, but that will be in the future, hopefully when he's close to retirement and his income will probably be smaller. Thus, his tax rate would also be lower then too. In essence, if you will be earning less income in the future than you are now, contributing to an RRSP will benefit you. However, if you believe you will earn more income in your future because you are young right now and you haven't reached your optimal earning years, consider opening a TFSA. Now that we have gone over some of the benefits you can receive from an RRSP, let's discuss some certain rules you have to follow. One of the most important rules is how much money you can contribute to your RRSP in any given year. This is referred to as your contribution limit or your deduction limit. Your limit is either 18% of your past year's earned income or a maximum amount set by the CRA. Whichever is the smaller amount is your contribution limit. For 2021, the maximum RRSP contribution limit set by the CRA is $27,830. However, the amount changes annually. It is important to note any unused contribution room is carried over to the next year. So, for example, if you want to calculate your 2021 RRSP contribution room, you would first need to calculate your 2020 income. So let's say your employment income is $70,000, your rental income is $20,000, and you have a side business generating $10,000. This would leave you with $100,000 of earned income in 2020. Now our 2021 contribution limit is equal to either 18% of our past year's income or the yearly max given by the CRA, in this case $27,830. Because 18% of our earned income of $100,000 is $18,000, which is less than $27,830, then your 2021 contribution limit would be $18,000. But remember, any unused contribution room from the previous years can be added on. There are a few other things to watch out for. Because when you contribute to your RRSP, you can deduct your taxable income, the money within your RRSP is pre-tax. This means when you do end up withdrawing money in the future, it will be considered income for that year and it will be taxed. Additionally, because your RRSP withdrawals are income, withdrawing too much in the future can impact your Canadian Pension Plan, your CPP, and Old Age Security Pension, your OAS, benefits because they are related to your income. Also, when you turn 71, the RRSP becomes an RRIF, which is a Registered Retirement Income Fund, and you are forced to make minimum withdrawals so that you pay your tax accordingly. There are two important things to understand with an RRSP that are commonly misunderstood. Firstly, an RRSP is not an investment product that you can purchase. An RRSP is just a bucket that you can fill with different investment products like stocks, bonds, electronically traded funds, mutual funds, and more. You can have as many buckets as you would like, meaning you can open up an RRSP with multiple financial institutions. But your contribution for all of your accounts must be within your contribution limit. Secondly, you can withdraw your money before you retire. However, it does come with a cost. As mentioned before, you will be taxed on your withdrawals as if it was income. You may also be subjected to an additional withholding tax, and you will lose that contribution room in the future. There are, however, two situations in which withdrawing your money early can be tax-free. The first situation is under the Home Buyers Plan. This allows eligible first-time homebuyers to withdraw up to $35,000 tax-free from their RRSP. However, because it is essentially like loaning yourself money for a house, there are rules in place and you must repay this money within 15 years. The second situation is under the Lifelong Learning Plan. If you want to pay for your education and continue learning, you can withdraw up to $20,000 tax-free. Again, with rules in place, you must repay within 10 years. Both these scenarios can be beneficial if you need to withdraw money. However, withdrawing from your RRSP can also slow down the growth of your investments for the long term. Now, in order to be able to open an RRSP, you must be under 71 years old and have filed income tax as a Canadian resident. In other words, if you're 14 and you just got hired at McDonald's, you can look into opening an RRSP. Now, as promised, I will now discuss how you can utilize and open an RRSP. But firstly, I want to thank you for making it this far into the video. If you have liked it so far, I would really appreciate it if you could hit that subscribe button. So, it is really quite simple if you want to open an RRSP. You can go to any financial institution to open one. I do recommend trying to find a financial institution that doesn't require you to have a minimum investment. I do hope you can find one with low fees and strong customer support. A lot of the online brokerages like Wealthsimple and Questrade do provide these options. So if you're looking to start investing in your future, I have linked two great options to open an RRSP from the comfort of your own home. Both Wealthsimple and Questrade provide no minimum investment required, they charge low fees, and they provide support through the phone. You can also buy and sell thousands of stocks and funds within your RRSP, or you can put your investments on autopilot and watch them grow. The links will be in the description below. As always, before you invest in anything, invest in your own financial literacy. Thanks again for watching. Be sure to hit that subscribe button and give this video a like. We will see you soon.